there are various procedures. There is a parliamentary procedure to make various institutions accountable. It also depends upon the position, the bureaucracy, or the people they are holding the position, what kind of value system they have, and that it can be through legal, it could be through regulatory mechanism, it could be, as we are talking about attitude for GNH. I think I would stress less on the legal system, less on the regulatory framework, more on the internal attitude to be accountable. And only when you are accountable, you are contributing to a GNH economy. So take the accountability, take the responsibility of your decision. It is good, it's your responsibility, it's gone bad. Take the responsibility and say, I think that would be much more honorable than not owning the responsibility. Why this has happened, then we need to look into another aspect of the governance and basically the policy, that is education policy. What has happened in Bhutan, it was not that jobs were not available. If you look at the Bhutan, 52,000 people work in the construction sector, which are from actually expatriates working from outside and working in Bhutan. It means 52,000. And what is the volume of the unemployment in Bhutan? It's about 7,000 to 8,000 population. We are talking about 7,000 to 8,000 people who do not have employment. So compared to that 52,000 jobs that are created in the construction sector, the people who are not able to get jobs is only 7,000. But why this is happening? Because there is a mismatch of skills that is created and that is demanded by the market. The education sector has completely failed to fill that particular gap. I think maybe little, I may be too harsh, may not be filled completely. I'm sorry, I'm taking maybe it has failed to actually bridge that particular gap. And that's basically, it requires reform in the education system. What kind of education are we looking for? Are we looking for basically only because what happens, the young generation does not have respect for manual labor. This is something, another GNH attitude which we were talking about probably in the morning is very, very important. Everybody wants to become a big officer in the government, wants to drive a Prado, wants to have an office with a computer, with a PA, but that is not everybody should be looking for. They should be looking for what they are going to contribute to the economy, in what manner. Unfortunately, another domain is that what I would say informal social protection. If I'm unemployed, I think I would depend on my sisters, brothers, my family members who will support me till I get a decent employment. Now government is adding another, okay, if you remain unemployed, we are going to give unemployment benefits. I think don't give them unemployment benefits because then they'll continue to remain and looking for a good job rather than picking up the job that is available. Some fundamental changes are required in education, in our attitudes, and some of these measures like unemployment benefits. Mostly the jobs that are available, the private sector is very limited in Bhutan. Doesn't create much employment opportunity because they have their own problems of growth. And most of the jobs which look at is the government. So the jobs that are created are in the informal sector activities. You have two biggest sectors that are growing. If you look at the Bhutanese economy, you know, it's very easy for you to note down two important sectors that contribute to rapid growth. One is hydroelectricity, second is construction. If you look at both of them, both create, hydroelectricity creates, after once the project is delivered, then there is no employment as such. It doesn't need an employment, it's more of machine. And then if it's construction, it depends on manual labor where the Bhutanese people, especially the youth, do not want to work. So the two rapidly growing sectors create employment opportunity. One of them create employment opportunity, but Bhutanese do not look at the employment opportunity. Second, doesn't create much employment opportunity once it is constructed or once into implementation. The rest of the sectors, industries yet to grow to the extent where they can actually absorb their labor to the very large extent. So that's the problem. Agriculture is not growing. So if agriculture doesn't grow, people would migrate from the rural areas to urban areas looking for urban sectors jobs which are not available.
What about tourism?
Tourism, yeah. Again, there's a mismatch of skills. And already, basically, if you look at the tourism, there are hotel industries you're talking about. Mainly you can talk about the transportation sector, hotel industries, but they are already to the extent over capacity. I haven't seen that much of the job that is created in the tourism sector in that manner, which absorbs them. And also, they require people, but the people are not there with the skills that is needed by the tourism sector or hospitality sector as such. I see hydroelectricity as a commodity. I think probably I would disagree on that aspect. if you use this hydroelectricity, because 90% right now is exported and more will be exported in the future, how we are using this hydroelectricity to promote domestic industries. Using this hydroelectricity for promoting domestic industries, I think has a potential to create employment opportunity domestically, especially in the small and medium enterprises. You have a definite advantage in terms of the hydroelectricity that it costs in Bhutan and what it costs in India. I think that if that opportunities can be reaped, that's basically would create more potential. That's how I see hydroelectricity can contribute. And then revenue that is generated from hydroelectricity can be utilized to create employment opportunity in other sectors. It's just recycling of the funds. Another issue that you were talking about, the jobs in the rural areas, reorientation of the development strategy. Yeah, I think I agree that what's very, very important for the Bhutanese economy, not from only equitable opportunities, also for long-term sustainability of the growth process, is that you need to go back to the rural areas. You need to promote agriculture sector. It means the long-term decline in the agricultural growth rate is not a good syndrome for any economy, especially where 60% population depends on agriculture activities. And over the period of time when we are looking for inclusive growth over the 11th five-year plan, probably I think the focus would be shifted back to agriculture sector, small enterprises, and where this would stop, would not only create more employment opportunity, productivity of agriculture would also increase, and also that wave of rural-urban migration can be reduced. But that would happen only when the agriculture sector start growing faster, and that remains a challenge.